I have solved 26 cases, and this is my 27th case, which has nothing more than a bookmark. It was not a normal morning in Canterbury. Mr. William Ravenscroft, one of Kent's wealthiest merchants, was found lifeless in his private study, a man known throughout Kent for his immense fortune, his deep affection for horses, and his strange fascination with numbers and hidden meanings that few others ever seemed to notice. He had been married 3 times, but left behind no direct heir, which meant everyone had something to gain.
Let's start by arranging these scrapbook elements. Search for a textured paper that matches the style of the elements and the overall color theme. We want the scrapbook elements to appear one after another, so adjust their timing accordingly. And don't worry too much about the order. Let the elements come together naturally. The less polished and more spontaneous it feels, the more it captures that real scrapbook aesthetic. Search for the term shown here and place it in the center. Then press T on your keyboard to add a text box. Change font style to Awesome Lathusca. Increase the font size and change the font color. We want each number in a separate text box so we can create the number changing effect. Now stack the numbers on top of each other. This way, we can make sure they all stay perfectly aligned. Next, apply the wipe animation to the text. We can also customize the duration, which controls how long the animation plays. This is a recent Canva update, and it's pretty cool. We'll apply the same animation style to the tape as well. Adjust the text timing so it appears once the tape settles into the scene. Now go to Position, select the first number, and set its duration to 0.1 seconds. The numbers start appearing only after the text settles. Repeat the same process for each number, continuing until you reach the last 2 numbers. The second last number stays on screen longer to create the feeling that the counter is slowing down. Finally, display the last number for a longer duration until the next scene begins. And this is how the final result comes together. Add a new page and search for this vintage paper under the Photos section. Click on the 3 dots, then select Set as Background to apply it to the page. Next, add an old parchment paper and place it in the center like this. Then, go to Edit, open Filters, and apply the Nordic filter to it. We're adding a few elements, like a magnifying glass, a vintage compass, and a fountain pen to create a detective aesthetic for this scene. You'll find plenty of bookmark templates in the Canva library, but I chose to create one from scratch. Click on Create a Design and search for Bookmark. This gives you a 2 by 6 inch design size. Set the background color to this. Then search for a Victorian frame illustration. Since we won't be able to fit it perfectly on the page, duplicate it and crop it into 2 halves. Place one half at the top and the other at the bottom. Add a decorative line art element of your choice. Rotate it 90 degrees and duplicate it. Hold Shift to select both elements and group them together. Then position them along the edges like this. Then look for this floral element. I try my best to show you most of the element details, so it's easier to follow along. If you still have trouble, make sure to check the description. Change its color to black. Search for a typewriter sketch and place it at the bottom. We'll add the initials of the character we're talking about in the story, so the bookmark feels more personal and connected to him. Then download it as a PNG. Bring in the bookmark we just created. Go to Apps, search for Texture. Under Grunge, apply the weathered canvas texture and save it. This helps remove the digital feel and gives the bookmark a more vintage appearance. Then, go to the Edit panel and apply a drop shadow to the bookmark. Search for the term shown here. Since we only need the hole and the ribbon, use the pixel eraser to remove the bookmark. Adjust the brush size as needed and carefully clean up the unwanted areas. Position the ribbon on the bookmark, then hold Shift, select both elements, and group them together. Next, add the text information. Change the font style to Della Respira. And set the font size to 56. Then add this doodle line art below the text and apply the wipe animation. For most of the project, we'll keep these settings the same. For the text, apply the typewriter animation on Enter and select the character style. Finally, for the bookmark, apply the baseline animation and set the direction to upward. Adjust element timing so they appear at the right moment. Apply a slide transition between the first two pages. Add a new page and search for a brown wooden background. I like this one. Set it as the background. Then go to Elements, paste your prompt, open the drop-down menu, and select Image to generate the map of Kent. It gives you 4 different variations, so choose the one that fits your design best. Remove the background, adjust the size and position, and then apply the Vinto filter with reduced intensity. Place it along the left-hand side edge like this, then apply a custom animation. Trace the path so it looks like the element is sliding into the scene. Select Smooth as the movement style and adjust the speed as needed. Next, add the text information, change the font style, and use the same font color we used in the first scene. The text is blending into the background right now, but don't worry, we'll fix that in the next step. Search for Watercolor Paint Stroke under Graphics. Reduce the font size, then adjust the size of the stroke to match the text. Group them together and apply the stomp animation on Enter. Adjust its timing so it appears once the map settles into the scene. Add a new page and search for Vintage Paper with Flowers under Graphics. Set it as the background, then adjust the vignette scale to 100 and the blacks to -50 to enhance the vintage look. Double-click on the paper to open the crop function. Adjust the position so it fits perfectly on the page. I created this Victorian-era portrait using ChatGPT. Now, we need an antique frame for the photo, but instead of simply placing the image inside the frame, we'll play around with the composition a bit. Add a shadow to create some depth. Then reduce the transparency to 70. Rotate the frame and position it along the left-hand side. Next, rotate the photo and its shadow in the opposite direction and place them along the right-hand side. Duplicate the page and bring back the photo along with its shadow, then place it on the left side. Repeat the same process for the frame and position it on the right side. Duplicate the page again. Rotate the frame and move it closer to the photo. Repeat the same for the photo and shadow. Keep duplicating the page and adjusting the positions until the frame perfectly aligns with the photo. This creates a chasing effect where the frame and photo move toward each other. Go back to the first page of this sequence and add a rectangle. Change its color to a gradient style. Set the first color to black with transparency at 0. Add the same color again and keep repeating this process at least 6 times. Then select the circular gradient style. Expand the rectangle and reduce the transparency to 70. This will act as a focal point. Add it across all the pages and adjust its position on each one so it feels like it is trying to chase the portrait to draw attention toward it. Reduce the transparency of rectangle in the last page so the portrait gets revealed. Finally, apply the stack transition between these two pages. For this sequence, apply match and move transition between all the pages. Adjust the page timing, and let's see what we have created so far. Now duplicate the page and remove the rectangle, the frame, and the shadow. We're going to need a newspaper article for this scene. I've explained how to create this in one of my previous tutorials, and you'll find the link in the I button. Replace the photo with the one we already have. The photo is the same, but we're using the duplicated version from the previous scene, so match and move works properly without any issues. The paper and body text enter with a blur motion at a medium pace for 0.4 seconds. Then, the newspaper name enters using the same motion. For the headline, apply the ascend animation, reduce the speed slightly, and select the line style. For the subheading, apply the typewriter animation, increase the speed, and keep the character style. Adjust the timing. then apply the match and move transition. Since the rectangle, frame, and shadow aren't being used in the next scene, make sure they finish before the transition starts. Duplicate the page and clear all the animations from this article. Now add the next article. This is just another variation of the previous newspaper article, where I've changed the layout and added a couple of Victorian-style border elements. The paper, body text, and newspaper name enter the frame using the baseline animation at a medium pace for 0.5 seconds. Set the direction from right to left. For the house sketch, use the succession animation at a medium pace for 1 second. And for the headline, apply the burst animation on Enter and reduce the speed slightly. The subheading enters with the blur animation at a medium pace in Element style. Finally, adjust the timing so each element appears one after another. Great! Now add a new page and search for a landscape photo. Add it to the page and adjust its position. Then search for trees and bushes. Adjust their size and position. Duplicate them and place the copy on the other side. This photo of a Victorian gentleman fits the project perfectly. Bring it onto the page and remove the background. Use the pixel eraser if needed. In the original photo, his arm is resting on a chair, but since we've removed the chair, we need to fix that. Let's add a walking stick instead. Go to Position and send the stick behind the photo, then group them together. Next, search for gates and fences. Place one in the center and duplicate it. Use the crop function on one copy to crop the left side, then do the same with the other copy, this time cropping the right side. This gives you two separate halves. Add fences of your choice. Duplicate the fence and use it on the other side as well. Finally, group the fence with the right side half, and then group the other fence with the left side half. Now, rotate this element and place it at the bottom, because we'll need it in the next scene. Duplicate the page and open the gates, like this. Bring the man back into the frame. Apply the match and move transition between these two pages. Then add a slide transition between the previous two pages, set to the downward direction. Next, search for the stone path element. Duplicate it and crop out everything except the last stone, then place it here and group them together. Search for the term as shown and place it where the path ends. Go to Position and send both the path element and the building to the back. Select the building, copy its art style, and apply it to the path element so they match visually. Next, search for Vintage Building under Graphics. I'm going with this one. Select the main building, copy its art style, and apply it to this one so they match visually. Then duplicate it, flip it horizontally, and place it on the other side. From the Position panel, send both buildings behind the main building. Now look for trees of your choice and adjust their size and position. For the next element, we'll use a photo of a horse to match the narration. Place it on the left side, like this. Now, add a new page and bring in these elements as shown. Add a circle and set the stroke weight to 16. Change its color to one of these options. Then group these two elements together and keep them aside. I've already removed the unwanted parts using the magic and pixel erasers. Next, add the numbers and letters. Go to Effects and select the Curve effect. Adjust the curve scale until the numbers form a perfect circle. Repeat the same process for the letters. Group them with the ripped paper and arrange everything as shown. I've only changed the border color to make it more visible. Now duplicate the entire design. We want one set without animation and another with animation. Apply the rotate animation to the outer circle. Do the same for the middle circle, but alternate the direction. Repeat the same process for the third circle. Press R to add a rectangle. Remove the color fill and set the stroke weight to 11. Place it on both sets as shown. Now go back to the previous scene and add one of the sets we just created. Resize and align it so the clock stays behind it. Remember, this is the version without animation. Group it with the building and send the building to the back. Now it's time to animate. But before that, duplicate the page. We'll use the wipe animation at a medium pace for all the elements, with only the direction changing. For the path element, set the direction to upward. Use the same animation settings for the main building as well. The building should appear once the path settles, so adjust its timing accordingly. For the side buildings, set the direction to left for one and right for the other. Make sure they appear only after the main building settles. For both trees, use the same animation settings as the main building. Adjust their timing so they enter once the side buildings settle. For the horse, we'll use a custom animation. Trace the path like this. Add a slight wobble to the movement instead of a straight line. Select Smooth as the movement style and adjust the speed. The horse should appear at the end, so adjust its timing accordingly. Alright, now come back to the page we duplicated earlier. Press S to split the page. Now we have two similar pages without any animations. Zoom in on the building by stretching the points like this. Keep zooming until the set of circles is clearly visible. Move the gates to the sides. Bring the horse to the right side. In the previous scene, the horse starts animating from the left and moves toward the right, so we need to match its position with the end of that animation. Now, bring in the other set of rotating circles. Adjust the size and align them perfectly with the existing set. You'll understand why we're doing this in a moment. Also, adjust their timing so that when we apply the match and move transition, they start rotating only after the building settles. Do the same for their ending time, making sure they don't appear in the next transition. Now bring the gates closer like this. Notice the layer mismatch? Try to arrange layers as you go. This way, you won't have to keep coming back and forth to fix the layer order. And this is what we have created. Add a new page and set the background color to this one. Then add this border illustration to the page. Now bring in these sketches of a Victorian-era man and women. I've shown the search terms in the Elements panel to make them easier to find. Rotate the sketch and place it at the bottom like this. Repeat the same process. And bring the third sketch in the center. Next, add a flower bouquet of your choice and position it so it looks like the woman is holding it. Now split the page and push this element to the back to make room for the next sketch. Adjust the flower bouquet accordingly. Split the page again and make space for the next sketch in the scene. Adjust the flower bouquet. Split the page one more time and remove the last page. Apply the crop transition as shown between these two pages. Then apply match and move transitions throughout the sequence we just created. This scene supports the narration line that says he was married 3 times. For the next scene, add these scrapbook elements and adjust their positions. Keep this element underneath the paper corner. Then apply a custom animation. Trace the path so it creates a sliding in effect. Next, add this Scandinavian postage and place it in the center. From the Position panel, send it to the back. Then add the hand-drawn rays and position them like this. Now, add the text information. We'll use the same font settings we used earlier. Then add this sticky tape and place it behind the text. Group them together and position the tape behind the text. Next, add the paper rip element and place it like this. Group it with the text underneath, then apply the wipe animation. Adjust the timing so it appears once the previous text settles. Finally, apply the burst animation to these 2 text elements. For the last scene, add a new page and search for an aged paper background. Set it as the background, then add this snail border to the page. I used the eraser to separate the inner rectangle from the outer part, only to realize that they're actually available as separate elements. Next, add the text information. I've used these random old vintage photographs from the Canva library. Place them in the center and just trust the process. It'll make sense in a moment. Now, add the same paper background to the page and use the handles to crop it like this. Just make sure none of the photographs are visible. Go to Position, select all the photographs along with the cropped paper and send them to the back. Basically, we've just hidden the photographs behind the cropped paper. Split the page. Now arrange all the photographs along the sides. Don't overthink the placement. Add a match and move transition between the pages. Apply the typewriter animation to the text. For the outer part, apply the ink animation in the seep style. And for the inner rectangle, use the brush animation. And with that, we've come to the end of this tutorial. See you in the next one.